Supreme Court allowed the appeals in the matter of Murtuza Hussain Chaudhary versus State of Nagaland and others and set aside common judgment dated 29 August 2024 passed by Guwahati High Court dismissing the two writ petitions. In consequence, court held that the detention orders dated 30 May 2024 passed by Special Secretary Home Department Government of Nagaland confirmed and continued thereafter by way of extension orders shall stand quashed. Three individuals, Nehkoi Gute, the driver of the vehicle, and two ladies, Hoinu at the rate Waboi and Chineling Haukip at the rate Nyopi, were apprehended by police on night of 5 April 2024 in Khuzama village area while traveling in Mahindra TUV vehicle. Upon search of vehicle, 20 soap cases of heroin were found concealed in the gear lever cover. Seized heroin weighted 239 grams. Thereupon, Suomoto FIR was registered on file of narcotics police station under section 22B and 60 of Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. Upon interrogation, Chineling Haikip at the Red Neopi implicated Adalio Chawang and stated that she had supplied heroin earlier to Adalio Chawang and received money. Ashraf Hussain Chaudhary and Adalio Chawang were arrested at Dimapur on 12 April 2024 and were remanded to custody. Ashraf Hussain Chaudhary and his wife Adalio Chawang were subjected to preventive detention under Section 3(1) of Prevention of Illicit Traffic in Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1988, while separate orders dated 30 May 2024 passed by Special Secretary Home Department, Government of Nagaland. Challenged thereto by Murtuza Hussain Chaudhary, brother of Ashraf Hussain Chaudhary, by way of writ petitions, came to naught when Guwahati High Court dismissed both the writ petitions on 29 August 2024. Hence, these appeals were filed. Supreme Court said that preventive detention is a draconian measure whereby a person who has not been tried and convicted under a penal law can be detained and confined for determinate period of time so as to curtail that person's anticipated criminal activities. This extreme mechanism is however sanctioned by Article 22(3)(b) of Constitution of India. Significantly, Article 22 also provides stringent norms to be adhered to while affecting preventive detention. Further, Article 22 speaks of Parliament making law prescribing the conditions and modalities related to preventive detention. Act of 1988 is one such law which was promulgated by Parliament authorizing preventive detention so as to curb illicit trafficking of narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. Needless to state, as preventive detention deprives a person of his or her individual liberties by detaining him or her for length of time without being tried and convicted of criminal offense, the prescribed safeguards must be strictly observed to ensure due compliance with constitutional and statutory norms and requirements. In case of Kamarunissa versus Union of India, detainees were already in judicial custody at time of orders of preventive detention were passed against them. The court affirmed that detention orders could be validly passed against detainees who were in jail provided the officers passing the orders were alive to the factum of detainees being in custody and there was material on record to justify conclusion that they would indulge in similar activities if set at liberty. Supreme Court referred to Constitution bench judgment at Harikishan versus State of Maharashtra and others in context of proper communication of grounds of detention to detainees so as to protect his or her right under Article 22(5) of Constitution of making effective representation against such detention. Constitution bench went to affirm that if detainee is not conversant with English language in order to satisfy requirements of Constitution, detainee must be given grounds in a language which he or she can understand and in a script which he or she can read and if he or she is a literate person. Authorities concerned paid mere lip service to mandatory requirements and mechanically went through the motions while dealing with the case of these two individuals. The proposal submitted by the investigating officer noted that the fact that both detainees were arrested on 12th April and that they had not been released on bail, it was an admitted fact that neither Ashraf Hussain Chaudhary nor Adalio Chawang knew English, the language in the orders of the detention, and the supporting document. They specifically raised this issue in their individual representations. The proposal for detention also required that only languages known to Adalio Chawang were Nagamese, Manipuri, and Hindi, while Ashraf Hussain Chaudhary knew Nagamese, Bengali, and Hindi. However, the authorities claimed that the contents of orders and grounds of detention were explained to them in Nagamese and the same would suffice. The argument must necessarily fail in the light of law enunciated by Constitution Bench and Harikishan case. Such oral communication, even if true, did not amount to adequate communication in terms of Article 22(5) of the Constitution. The material placed on record reflected that the detaining authority, the Special Secretary, Home Department, Government of Nagaland, did not even make separate grounds of detention but merely acted upon proposals of detention forwarded to her by Additional Director General of Police, Nagaland. The cryptic orders of detention passed by her on 30 May 2024 merely recorded that she was satisfied on careful examination of such proposals and other supporting documents that sufficient grounds were made out for detention of Ashraf Hussain Chaudhry and Adalio Chawang. This is not in keeping with the statutory scheme inasmuch as Section 6 of Act of 1988 specifically refers to order of detention being made on separate grounds. Further, Section 3(1) also requires the authorized officer, be it of central government or state government, must be satisfied that the person concerned required to be detained so as to prevent him from engaging in illicit trafficking of narcotic drugs and psychotropic substances. Such satisfaction of detaining authority necessarily has to be spelled out after application of mind by way of separate grounds of detention made by detaining authority itself and cannot be inference from a casual reference to material placed before such detaining authority or a bald recital to the effect that the detaining authority was satisfied on examination of proposals and supporting documents that the detention of individuals concerned was necessary.